Keeping it real, who that sports pod, legendary coach Rock, Dog 17. Let's rock. Who that? Boss kick, black and gold. Let's go. First and goal from the one. Let's believe we go punch. Punching in, get them punch. With them Saints, watch us march. Down the field, down your throat. Keeping it real, who that sports. Breaking news, interviews, open lines just for you. Call in, join in. Who that nation? How you doing? Come on in. Take a seat. Sit back. Relax. Put your feet up. Grab a drink. And let's talk Saint football. Y'all know what time it is. Time to keep it real. Family, family, family. The doors are not open. So come on in. What's going on, family? It's your boy, Dolph Jackson, host of the Keeping It Real Who That Sports podcast, and we're brought to you by the Come On In Sports Network. Well, family, the Saints have just wrapped up a joint practice with the LA Rams. And from all reports, it was a bag of mixed tricks. It was a bag of, it was a mixture of ups and downs with this workout. But one thing is becoming really clear. The Saints need to really concentrate on their red zone offense. Once again today, the Saints struggled in the red zone, both Tyler Shuck and Spencer Rattler. Before Sunday's game against the Chargers, the red zone had been one area where both young quarterbacks had struggled at times. And against Sunday, it reared its ugly head. It is preseason. They are in training camp. So here's where you want to work out the kinks. The Saints must get this corrected. You cannot afford to leave punts on the field. You got to score 7 when you have an opportunity. Kicking threes will get you beat. So with that being said, family, welcome to the show. As you come in, family, hit that like button. And if it's your first time, baby, subscribe, join the family, and come on in. Look, baby, we're going to have some fun today. Boy got off a little early. See, I'm going to come talk to the family. Let's see who's in the chat, baby. Uh-oh, my sister's in the building, baby. Pammy Wyman, how you doing? What's going on, Pammy? Come on in. GSU represented, baby. I ain't even mad at you today. Uh-oh, my brother's in the building. Wallace, what's up, dog 17? What's going on, my brother? Come on in. Who that? Roddy said, I don't care what they're saying, dog. I see 11 wins, baby. I hear you, Wallace, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Why not us, baby? Why not us? But we're going to have to be realistic. Let's let them take the field, regular season. Let's see what we got. All right, who else is coming on in, baby? Yes, sir. I see you, Pammy, representing that black and that gold of GSU. I got you, baby. I got you. But listen, family, let's take a look at some of the tweets that were going on by our great beat writers who cover the team. First, we go start off with Saints sideline reporter Jeff Nowak. Here, Jeff reports that it was an up and down day for Shuck, but he led. This was toward the end of practice, but he led an impressive situational drive to close out the day. The scenario was 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. They were down by 2. So he bounced back from a penalty. So the drive started off wrong. How you don't want to start off a 2-minute drive or a last minute drive when you're trying to drive for a potential game-winning touchdown or game-winning field goal. And the Saints got behind the chains. And they had a lot of that today. Remember, that Rams defensive front is tough. They're young, they're aggressive, they are tough, and they're one of the best and upcoming units in the National Football League. So the ball was moved to the 25 for what would have been a 43-yard to win. Hold on. He said he bounced back. Oh, I got the comments on. So, hold on, let me get that out the way. And then I'll put your comments back out there. There we go. All right, move the ball to 25 for what would have been a 43-yarder to win the game. No kicks in today's practice. Nice balls to Jawan and Cooks. So once again, Tyler Shuck shining in the 2-minute situation. Look, they got behind the chains. The young man still was able to overcome that, lead the team down the field, and put them in position for a game-winning field goal. But again, there was no kicking today. So that was reported by Jeff Nowak. Again, when you look at what's going on with Tyler, man, you could just see it. It seems that he thrives in those 2-minute situations. Hopefully, this is something that he thrives in his entire career as a member of the New Orleans Saints in the 2-minute situation. Again, for everyone who was with us last night, shout out to my big brother and my co-host, Coach Rock, and my brother, the host of RFS Saints, Zach. Last night, as we were in here with your family, you heard Coach say, Coach was kind of down on Spencer right now. We all like what we saw from Tyler on Sunday. But like Zach said, hey, I'm not giving up on Spencer yet. Again, I won't, speaking for myself, I just want whoever wins to be the right choice. And I like how these two guys are pushing each other right now. It's back and forth with these two kids, man. Again, a good day starting. And matter of fact, let me back up a little. Let me get this up there for you. Speaking of Spencer Rattler, it was Spencer who got the start today, family. So he was able to start. He started off the practice session against the Rams, and courtesy of Nick Underhill at New Orleans Football, Rattler started off the day 8 for 8. So not bad at all for Spencer. That's how he started off his day. But again, the problems that they were having, there were a lot of penalties by the offense. Again, that defensive front is tough for the Rams. And again, my concern right now, family, that I'm really going to be paying attention to, and we all need to pay attention to this Sunday, is when the Saints enter the red zone. Some players that stood out today, man, Julian Blackmon, family. Julian Blackmon, again, he has been a godsend to this team. I think it was Ross Jackson. Yeah. Brother Ross reported right there. Chase Young and Julian Blackmon had great days. 3 pass breakups by Young and several pressures and pretty definite sacks from Chase Young. Now, reading that tweet from Ross, what you get is pass breakups. And remember a couple days ago when Chase was interviewed and he was talking about, being dropping back in coverage. And today he gets a couple pass breakups, and evidently he was a handful for the Rams to handle the day. Now, as for Julian Blackmon, Julian, he did what he's been doing since he showed up and what he was known for, baby. Being around the football. He picks off Jimmy Garoppolo. this kid right now, he's living up to his reputation of being the ball hawk. I just hope we can keep him and Reed healthy for the majority of the season. If our two starting safeties can stay healthy for the majority of the season, I think we're going to be fine back there. And also, Zach, welcome to the show. For everybody, if you're under a rock, but for those who don't know and just joining us, if you're from the other side, from Rams Nation, welcome. Thank you for being here. This is Zach, the host of RFS Saints, Real Fan Sports Saints.
Yes, sir.
So what's your thoughts, Zach, from the reports about the joint practice today?
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to touch on with Blackman, man. I mean, 3 interceptions in the last 3 practices. So, that's absolutely huge. Getting turnovers is, that wins you games. You win the turnover battle, it's going to lead to a lot of success in the NFL. And then I just absolutely loved hearing the fact that Chase Young was able to be active today in practice with what I think Ross said in his walk to the car video, said he thinks at least 2 sacks, a lot of big pressures. So that's really good. Both of our tackles had a rough day today, but they're going against Byron Young and Jared Verse, who are 2 very good defensive ends. So, but I like the fact that, we see that Rattler went 8 for 8 up to that point of Nick Underhill's tweet with pressure, and that both quarterbacks dealt with a lot of pressure today, and both of them looked pretty good. So, we had what I think it was 1 deep touchdown for Rashid Shaheed from Spencer Rattler, and I think Tyler Shuck had 2, 1 to Mason Tipton on a yak yards. Went ahead, took off down the left side for a possible touchdown, and then he also found Cedric Wilson in the red zone on a little cross route where he was able to turn upfield and get into the end zone as well.
Right, and this is courtesy of Jeff Nowak. Both QBs struggled in the red zone. Shuck did have a touchdown, as you just mentioned, to Cedric Wilson, and Rattler's best throw was a 50-yard touchdown on a go to Rashid, where he just ran by a double coverage. And by the way, Rashid yesterday did answer Velas and say he's definitely not faster than me. Maybe definitely. He was laughing at it.
Velas trying to play for game checks, bro. Velas, come on, you gotta have to add a little more, a little something sweeter to that. You ain't getting paid as much as she. Come on, Velas.
Right, man. So but again, the thing is, though those plays were successful for the offense, both of our young quarterbacks and the offense in general, Zach, since the beginning of camp, man, they seem 7 on 7s, 11 on 11. We're having problems in the red zone. And Sunday, it reared its ugly head after getting a turnover inside the opponent's 20. You get stopped on 4th and goal, man. You got to get that ball into the end zone. And going back and looking at the play before that 4th down, when Spencer rolled out and he ran, Miller was coming open in the end zone. He actually could have thrown the ball to Miller, but he tried to run. I guess not wanting to put the ball in harm's way. But then again, hey, you got to give yourself an opportunity to put that ball in the end zone, man. And Kendre Miller was coming through, and man, I think he had a small enough, but yet big enough window. I think that he could have fit that in. But again, we're going to have to correct these issues in the red zone.
I was saying, red zone is something that we absolutely have to work a lot on. I understand there's a lot of value in, working and doing these joint practices and stuff like that. You're already out there in LA, so might as well schedule one with the, go ahead and schedule one with the Rams. And I think it's good to be able to get different looks from different defensive, different offenses and stuff like that. But I need them desperately next week, especially if things don't turn out this week. We're not able to get multiple scores inside the red zone. We've got to do a lot of work in there. And, we don't know what Kellen Moore's objective is and how his progression. And I would assume that he has a plan. There's a reason why they were working on a lot of red zone earlier on in training camp and then kind of ventured out to some different situational things. So I'm sure he'll go back and touch on it. But you can't win games by putting up threes. You just can't. You got to be aggressive in the red zone. I feel that like a lot of rookies, for the most part, young quarterbacks is where they struggle the most at, because everything gets condensed. Everything's a little bit tighter. There's not as much windows and stuff like that. We can't be a team like we have been the last couple of years where it's been, all right, unless we get a throw over the top, we're more than likely looking at a field goal. We can't have that. It's been like that for quite some time now, where we're struggling in the red zone. And man, I would love to go and look up and figure out where we've ranked in the red zone just over the last 5 years. I wouldn't doubt that it isn't somewhere in the bottom, 10 to 5. And I think 10 probably is being generous, is probably bottom 5. And that's something that has to be addressed.
Right. And we had Curtis, it was Ross who had reported that we had, I believe they had 5 or 6 penalties. Yeah. Well, it was Nick who reported Rams pass rush caused issues for everyone. Offense was flagged 5 to 6 times. And this was when he was tweeting during the practice. So again, the offensive line of Coach Penny wasn't there. We know that backup center Clapper's out for the season. I didn't see a report about Eric McCoy practicing today. Not sure if he was out there, but with the troubles in the red zone right now, one thing that can help your young quarterback is a running game. We must be able to run the football. We got to get this running game on track. And personally, I think the Saints have been focused more on getting the passing game established with the young quarterbacks than the running game. I believe I believe that focus is going to change as they come back home, and now they start getting ready not only for their game Sunday against the Jaguars, but
it's getting close. We're 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away.
It's time to start game planning for the opener against the Arizona Cardinals.
And we'll talk about players that I believe Eric McCoy must have been there. The only person that Ross said that he hadn't seen, now whether or not how many reps he had, that I'm not sure of. Right. I'm sure Ross will give a better explanation to that later on in his show, or in any of the other media personnel whenever they go through and do full breakdowns. But the only players that were not seen were Alontae Taylor, Taysom Hill, Hunter Deckers, Devin Neal, Jasheen Davis, who's out for an undisclosed reason today, so it could be just something personal. Obviously, Trevor Penning, Josiah Ezram was excused yesterday, so he was that was one of the guys. Was he let go yesterday? What do they mean he was excused yesterday?
He was excused.
Okay, he was just excused. Okay, and then obviously Foster Moreau as well. So I think the only big changes is just Jasheen Davis being out. It's probably the only big one, since there was no mentioning of Eric McCoy. I'm assuming McCoy was out there playing.
All right. Kenneth Nelson said anything on the run game today? Not really. Alvin had a fumble today, got to hold on to the ball. Cam Akers did have a touchdown run, but other than that, nothing really to report on. As Ross was doing his walk to the car, nothing significant to report on the running game. Again, I think this week against Jacksonville, running the ball is going to have to be more of a emphasis by this team. Again, a solid running game helps your young quarterback. Play action pass slows down that pass rush, and it helps them to digest the field better. All right.
I almost feel like I would also see just see some back to basic style practicing for the run game too. Like not in game, not 11 on 11, just literally going through the playbook and pointing out where these gaps need to be made, how they should move, bring in a defensive line coach to really come in and break down how you're supposed to create the gap, whether it's it's in the A gap or wherever it may be. Just go back to basics, because it's really through the game we saw this past Sunday, it was just non-existent. We understand the screen game was basically our pass game, but that's not a run game, right? We need to be able to develop that way. We can go ahead and beat these guys up the middle. And that also plays a big factor when it comes down to being in the red zone, man. If you can go ahead and get some chunk yards in the red zone, and instead of having a first and goal from the 9, and you could get, first down run for 4 yards, make a second from the 5, you know, you're talking about a huge difference in play calling and everything like that. So, you know, run game is something that we absolutely have to see a focus on. And then red zone, I feel like those are like our two biggest weak points right now. Going into Sunday.
Right. And I'm wondering if the lack of a fullback on this team will hurt them in goal-to-go situations. I mean, no true fullback on the team. We know they can put Bink back there. You can take Jack's Skull. What's his
Stoll.
So and put him back there as a lead blocker. But I think because I really didn't like the call coming out the shotgun full down and a long 2 yards or a long yard and a half. I really didn't like coming out the shotgun for that. To me, if you're gonna do that, you should have sprayed them out and gave Spencer a run pass option right there. But again, we'll see. Again, some things that they did today. There was a hook and lateral today that the Saints did that was reported. So there are a lot of things, tricks in the bag that they're not showing and they're not supposed to show. It's preseason. It's just a practice. But hey, the thing that, like you said earlier, what was good today was they just played Sunday. They came back yesterday after a day's rest, a kind of light practice, and then today you go up against a team that was in the divisional round of the playoffs last year in the LA Rams, and you held your own today. And that's what you want from this team this season. You want a team that's going to go out there and fight, and that is going to be competitive and have a chance each and every single Sunday to win the game. So that's all we can ask for this season. But I love the fact that they were able to get the joint practice. I think it's going to benefit them more. Shout out also to the Rico Payton. He almost got an intercept today, got his hand on the ball. He almost picked off Jimmy Garoppolo. So, and I believe if it wasn't Cross,
Rams are going to be in some damn trouble, man.
They need a cut. Oh, the horrible pass.
Stafford,
I think it was Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett. Yeah, Bennett, horrible, man. And it's like, I know I talked to you about the other day with the whole thing, whether or not they're going to try and go grab themselves a high-ranked quarterback in 2 years. I think you're starting to see what I mean, though, because these backup quarterbacks definitely ain't in. You don't see him trying to make no moves to go grab somebody else. It's going to be interesting how that goes.
I'm tell you what, whoever don't win the starting quarterback job for us, hell, might be one of the better backups in the league. If y'all been paying attention to some of these backups around the league, my God, I'm just saying,
it's been ugly.
Again, Shuck looking good. Cross to the Tipton, that was likely a real touchdown. I think let me see if I could bring that up on X. I thought I saw that. Man.
Oh, I did see it somewhere too. I'll try and see if I can find it.
See if you can bring that up for us, man. And listen, Mason Tipton continues. He continues. Now, last year, we didn't see him this far into the season. Remember, after 2 weeks, he was hurt.
Yeah.
And he just made the rest of the season. Now, since camp has started, all I know is this kid is making plays each and every single day. Joint practice, preseason games, team scrimmages. The kid's on the 53. He's on the 53. Brandon Cooks has picked up since I said what I said. He's picked up on Cedric Wilson. But again, I'm impressed with Mason Tipton, man, and the speed that he brings. Look, we got speed across the board now. I mean, Cooks, Tipton, Shaheed, Olave. The thing is that's still worrying me right now is the tight end position, man. No significant time set for when Taysom Hill might even be back. Not sure yet about Foster Monroe. So that backup tight end, man, is going to be very important, man.
I mean, we saw them really targeting the tight ends as well, like in the third and fourth quarter, especially. You know, we saw a lot of Welch. I'm surprised we didn't see more Jacobson. I actually really like what I saw at Jacobson in camp, but Welch has made a couple of really good catches. I think Matavo also had a couple. So, yeah, I mean, that tight end position's out for grabs, especially with our two primaries outside of Juwan being, not practicing and haven't practiced yet. So this is the play. This isn't the best angle. I've seen one from the right side that looked a little bit clear, but this is a little crossing route to Mason Tipton. We'll go ahead and let me bring it back to the front, and we'll just slow it down a little bit. So as he's going through his motion, we'll find him right here in the middle. I think the only place where he possibly could have got tackled was like right as he completed the catch here. Grabs the catch, possibly could have got wrangled up by number 4, but I think his speed showed blown past the linebacker. He also had a lead blocker up front. I think it was, let's see, we can see what I think it was.
Picked up the blitz.
Yeah.
Blitz linebacker. When you
and then there's someone downfield as well. Cooks right there, picking up the block on the corner. So possible touchdown there. And, good to see.
Jones right here.
Yeah.
Picking up that blitzing linebacker.
Yeah, look at him right there. Doing a good job, man.
That ball doesn't get off.
I've been really impressed by our running back's ability to block throughout both training camp and through the preseason game. They've really done well.
And I have to say it. I am pleasantly surprised by how well Velus Jones Jr. has been doing.
Oh, he deserves a spot on this roster. If he doesn't, I'll be very upset, if I'm being honest.
When the Saints signed him, I went to the Chicago websites. I wrote everything about him, how he just flamed out in Chicago, how he was a disappointment. But the kid, he's came here, he is showing something. Started out as a wide receiver. The Saints, of course, are playing him as a running back. And what I was thinking about, family and Zach, what I was thinking about with Taysom Hill being out for an undisclosed amount of time, I can see Velus Jones being used in some of the way that Taysom Hill might have been used and getting the ball into his hand as that utility player. Kickoff, punt returns, in the backfield as a running back, versus. So I think right now I believe he's making a strong claim to make this ball club. And also in that film, man, shout out to Torricelli Simpkins. He was in there blocking, baby. You saw him right there. And the question is now, with Will Clapp gone, is Torricelli Simpkins, is he the backup center now? I'm just looking.
It feels that way. The problem is he's naturally a guard, and with Penning out, is when we start seeing all the rotational things. Like, will it be? I'm not sure who they had at left guard today. I tried looking. They had Dylan. Okay, they had Dylan at left. So maybe so. Maybe Simpkins will end up being that backup center. But hopefully we don't need that. You know what I mean? Let's not hope to see Simpkins. But I feel like it was proven the other day that he could. Yeah.
Mop up duty, yes. But but again, the kid, he did play center at South Carolina State before transferring to South Carolina. So he did have a little center in his background. And the Saints must have seen something in this kid. Well, hey, they're trying to find a way. Look, the more things you can do, if guard and center, you make yourself more, more appealing to the team. You make yourself an asset. So the Saints definitely feel like he is a player with a lot of upside. And even before he went into this game, man, shout out to the great Mike Detillier. Mike was telling me, hey, pay attention to Torricelli Simpkins. This kid's got a real strong chance to make this team. And he has done nothing but live up to what Mike said, man. And let's hope this kid continues to grow and one day grows into an all-pro guard. So we're really happy about that. Again, looking at the film from the Chargers game, before he went out, Trevor Penning and Calvin Banks Jr., left side, I want everybody to say it with me, strong side. Because I'm telling you right now, they was mauling people over there. Now, the running game, they didn't get a lot of movement as a whole unit. But, family, we should feel really, I'm telling you now, you should feel really good about your number one draft pick, Calvin Banks Jr. I'm telling you, that young man has the capabilities to be a cornerstone for this franchise for a decade or more. That's how impressed I am with him so far. He's a rookie. He's going to get beat. He had a tough time today, but they all had a tough time today. But guess what? They won some and they lost some. That's what it's about, bouncing back. You're not going to win every rep because the old saying goes what? They get paid on the other side too. They're fighting for jobs too. They're fighting for their livelihood too. That's why I love joint practices, man. I remember before all this CBA agreement and everything, back in the days, man, it used to, before preseason, every team would get together and they'll have a joint practice and the scrimmage. And the scrimmage would be the big day when all the fans will come out for the scrimmage. But now, you know, hey, you get these joint workouts and then you go play the game. So really happy about that. Let's go to chat. Take some questions from the chat, man.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Right. All right. Let's see. What? Jay, what up, Jay? Jay Hits in the building, baby. Hits. What's up with you, baby?
Oh, what up, Hits?
What up, fam? Hook 'em horns. I got you, baby.
All right.
What's going on, fam? Oh man, but most definitely, man. I really. Oh, that's why. That's why. What school? Where did he go to college? I got. What are you talking about? His? Who you talking about? Cause I ain't say nothing about Broughton. I ain't say Jalen Ford. Who you talking about, bro?
Oh, he's talking about Banks.
Oh, of course, yeah, Calvin. Oh, yeah, hell yeah, yeah, straight dominant, bro. The kid, yeah. That kid there, man. Listen, I know a lot of y'all who on draft night was having babies, jumping on roofs, wanting to commit. I ain't gonna say that word. Losing your everlasting mind. Oh, we got another lineman. What the hell? You see, if you can't get the job done up front, baby, in trouble. I'm telling you right now, the bookends, baby, we good on the bookends. And I'm telling you, Zach, Trevor Penning, bro, was looking good at guard.
I know. Like I said, I'm so bad he's out now, and it's gonna be a couple more weeks before we get to see him again.
Listen, and I hate the fact that he's hurt because he needs the reps, man. He needed all the reps he can get, and I hate that, you know, maybe them 10 reps will be the only reps he get if he's able to be back for the season opener. Now, Dylan Radins goes in, and of course, he's naturally a guard, so that's why he struggles so mightily at tackle, and he say he's most comfortable playing on the left side. And during the game, you say, hey, when they went to the left side, he played better. That's because he was on the side he was most comfortable and playing on. So that was that was great to see today. That didn't hear any bad thing about him, but again, the offensive line did have his struggles today, and you go have your struggles, man. But again, I still am not comfortable with the depth on this team. I believe we need more depth in the offensive line. And someone asked the question, who do we think is running back 2 right now? Kendre Miller.
Yeah, it's Kendre Miller, like by a large amount, I'd say too, especially with Devin Neal being injured, and even while he was there, it was Kendre Miller by a wide margin, man. Kendre Miller can do a lot of different things and can do them really well. And one of his best things is getting the ball and making a man miss.
And here's what I want y'all to do: go back, NFL Network, YouTube, whatever, and watch that game when Kendre Miller was in there. I know he finished with 6 carries for 15 yards, but I'm telling you, he had a couple runs in there that
should have been stopped for 1.
That show how good of a running back this kid is. The thing with him is staying healthy, and man, we're going to week 2, and he's healthy.
Like, I won't say all the blame goes to the offensive line as to why the running backs are struggling to get yardage, but it is a big factor of it. I mean, when there's no gaps there, you can't make them. You know, like, you know, we saw him try to bounce to the outside a couple times, and that's why we got away from the run game so much, and we started going just straight up to the drop off screens instead of running it, because the offensive line was not able to create any type of separation. So, you know, we'll see what goes on with that. But for now, yeah, Kendra is number 2.
Yeah, most definitely. And no, Michael is not you. Caesar is highly inconsistent, bro.
Yeah.
The thing about when he's good, he's good. But
I mean, he went from Pro Bowler to god awful.
He I ain't gonna say he's not going awful.
Yeah.
He's just frustrating as hell.
Yeah.
Because you know the talent is there, man. I don't know if it's a mental thing about him being locked in, but man, you can't be getting beat by a third teamer, bro.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable, bro. If I'm the coach in the goddamn meeting room, man, what the hell is you doing?
Yeah. Not at this point in your career.
Whoever lines up across from you, they're all pro. That's how you got to think. Everybody lined up across from you is an all pro. Or guess what? They might have not came into that game as an all pro, but if they keep undressing your ass in this game, they're gonna leave. Everybody be talking about them like they're all pro. And guess what? They probably gonna make a Pro Bowl or be an all pro because it all started with you. Can't let it be on your back, bro. All right, Jamie says, I'll let you take this one, Zach. Who is going to be the Saints signal caller this year? That's hits, man. Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott. Dude, I mean, look, man. I've gone so much back and forth with all of it because I was really big on Shuck coming out and being the starter, and I felt like at the beginning of the season, before training camp, for any of things like that happened, that whoever starts, it's their last chance. Like, I think if you start and you have that job taken away from you, that's the last time you'll ever be a starting quarterback in the NFL, unless of an injury or something like that. And that goes for both. And I think that goes both for Shuck and for Rattler. And, you know, I think it's a very hard decision to make right now. Like, I think Rattler has been the most consistent throughout camp and everything, but we saw him, just like Coach Rock said, he just ain't got it. And we saw a lot of that on Sunday, just for whatever reason. You know, I know the offensive line, I'm trying to make some excuses for him and stuff, because I want to see both these guys succeed. I want it to be a true battle and where we can argue over who's better and who's not. But to me, Shuck the other day just looked so much more calm. You know, he's seeing over the line better, being a little more decisive, still making a couple of rookie errors and stuff like that, but he seemed a bit more decisive. And to me, he looked better. But that's just one game. It's a small sample size. So, I mean, I don't want to go ahead and like throw out a name before we actually see these next 2 games and see what ends up panning out for these guys. If I'd have to pick this week, and this is week 1 coming up, I'm saying I prefer Shuck out there.
Got you. But listen, Nick did tweet today that it's a really competitive QB battle. So the battle is on. And looking at that, at the all 20 film, there were times that Spencer had nowhere to go with the ball. But there also were times that he held the ball too long. He didn't get rid of it. He could have let go of the ball, but he didn't, like I stated earlier, on the 3rd down before they had the 4th and go, and he scrambled out and got stopped inside the 1 yard line. Kendrick Miller was coming open. You got to see that. You got to cut it loose. It was it's the NFL. It's not college. NFL windows are very, very, very small. But if you're a professional starting quarterback now in the football league,
you got to be able to see it.
You got to be able to see it and make that throw. So he did leave some on the field, but everything was not his fault. Remember, he did have a ball that hit Jack Skull in the hand. He dropped. So he would have been 8 of 11. But then again, got to have presence, man. Got to hold on. Got to have pocket
dude.
presence.
You know what? Okay. Well, I wasn't talking about that. I was saying just presence in general. Like it just felt like he was going through the motions in week 1. Like it just felt like he was just kind of there. Like he was on the field. He was taking snaps, but he wasn't out there making a difference. And, we go back to talking about, the complaints we had with Tyler Shuck through training camp, where we're like, man, you're in a QB battle for the starting position in the NFL. You do this on a team that hasn't had a quarterback one that we've trusted in, since Drew Brees. You have a chance to go ahead and become, generational wealth, all that stuff, and fulfill your dreams, being a starting quarterback in the NFL. Go out there and get it. And Chuck finally started making some throws. Well, I'm now at the point where I want to ask Spencer Rattler the same thing. This is the first game live on television where everybody's watching. It was the last game. Well, I say everybody, but more than most are watching. It's the last game of preseason on the Sunday, 3:00. People are watching and they're ready to, most of them are watching ready to laugh from other organizations. And you come out and you just kind of there. You just, throw a little plays stuff. You get into the red zone. You don't go and score. It's like, these are your moments to get people to get riled up and get behind you and push for you being the starter of this team and starter going forward. I want to see a little bit more aggressiveness, man. Like they're really wanting the job.
Right. And Jamie says the Saints going through the great QB jinx. It takes years to replace a Hall of Fame QB.
Oh, absolutely.
And that is the truth, man. That's the absolute truth. But as a GM and as a front office, when you had the Hall of Fame quarterback, you were not selecting a quarterback in the first or second round every year, trying to find the next guy, the heir apparent to him. And I'm always going to say this. It's hindsight now. But if Sean Payton would have shut the hell up, Drew Brees would have been retired, and number 15 and KC would have been in black and gold. But that's hindsight. It is what it is. Everything works for a purpose.
I mean, like talking with that dude. It's like I would have rather seen Drew get another ring than anything. But
I wanted once that shoulder, man.
But right once that shoulder started going, we're talking like 2017, 2018. It's like it should have been looking, bro. And if there was a guy that you just really loved, then fine, you go and grab him, man, and you do, exactly what I mean, because when was it? What year was it? It was 2017 when Patrick Mahomes went to the AFC Championship game where they lost to the Patriots, right? That was the same year as the
not 17.
You sure?
That was his rookie year. That was his rookie year. He didn't even Alex Smith. Yeah, Alex.
It was 2015. What year was it then? But anyway, regardless, by the time you would have drafted him when you did, if you would have grabbed him, even knowing that you wanted him, let him sit behind Drew for a year or two and then let him play. Well, then you got him. You know what I mean? And that's basically what he did with Alex Smith. He stood behind. I'm sorry, not Alex. Yeah, Alex Smith, right? Stood behind Alex Smith, and he probably wouldn't have came in the year that he did if it wasn't for the big injury that happened either. You know what I mean? So it always was planned to let him sit behind him a couple of years and then go and then move forward into him being the starter. So it would have all worked out. But yeah, again, hindsight 2020, man, it's a great thing. But this is where we're at now.
This is where we're at right now, man.
We got to figure it out.
And I'm supporting both of these kids, man. But if there's one thing I would like to know, what the hell do they do in Green Bay? Because they just got a damn 4-leaf clover in their pocket or something, man.
I don't think so.
You go from Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love.
Yeah.
And Mike Tannenbaum, man, I know I'm getting all something. He is so in love with Jordan Love. My God, he the best quarterback in the NFC. Jordan Love.
Who said that?
Mike Tannenbaum, man, on ESPN, former GM, man. So he had Jordan Love as the best quarterback in the NFC. Man, stop it.
Man, look, we don't have a lot of competition in the NFC as far as top quarterback goes, but Jordan Love definitely ain't it. Like, let's calm it down a little bit, guys. Like, Oh my God. Yeah, that's a wild take. Because I honestly think Jordan Love is about to just be a mediocre quarterback that the Packers are stuck with for a while. And they'll get a couple of first round exits and stuff for a good bit. That's about it.
Mediocre, man. I don't think he mediocre. I just don't think he's the best quarterback in the NFC. And right now, the best quarterback in the NFC and the best quarterback in the NFL is in the city of brotherly love. Y'all gonna start getting that kid his damn respect. That's what you gonna start doing. Cause I'm tired of disrespect going to that kid, to Jalen Hurts. He done outperformed Patrick Mahomes 2 times. He could have been a 2-time Super Bowl MVP 2 of the last 3 years, because even in the game that they lost, he outperformed Patrick Mahomes. He was the damn best player on the field. And of course, we saw what he done this year when they put the game in his hand, because they say we're not gonna let Saquon beat us. But just saying, man, we cover everything over here, baby. Jamie Jay Hitt said Jordan Love, hell no.
Yeah, out his mind with that.
He said Jordan Love is Dak Prescott. I mean, right now, man, it's big, man. Now,
yeah, I don't know.
Another player that kind of stood out today, man, was Devon Gotcha doing what he's doing. I think he was Ross, or say he would have been credited with like 6 sacks or something like that. I'm like, all right, Big Javon getting at it, man. Again, looking forward to Sunday, just trying to see, who would take advantage of the situation right now. The window is open for someone in the receiving room. The window is open for offensive linemen. I ain't comfortable with our backup offensive lineman. Keep saying it. Now, Torrey Simpkins and Dylan Radiance are the 2 best right now. Landon Young is out hurt. We're still waiting for him to come back. So once he comes back, we'll see if he has gotten any better. I still think we could have upgraded from Landon Young this offseason. Again, great guy, but I just think I wouldn't like to see anybody but Landon Young. But the one thing
we can't replace it. We can't replace everybody at once, but there's a lot of guys that I'd be very comfortable with never seeing again, if we're being honest, man.
As long as they did not bring back Ali Udo, I am good. My God. I don't know why they brought Lemieux back either, but got some more comments.
That's why that's why we're going through a rebuild, man. There'll be a couple faces we don't want to see. They'll eventually get replaced out, hopefully. I know I saw someone was like, next year's draft class needs to be like, it was like they were like wide receiver, offensive line, wide receiver, offensive line, like tight end, and all that stuff, but we'll get there, man. You gotta be patient with it.
There's no way the Saints had a worse roster than that in the football league. I'm telling you, they don't.
Yeah.
There's I'm saying. And for everybody who didn't see our table of 32 with Lawrence, Zach, and myself, I'm telling you,
it was funny.
Watch it, because it was fun, man. And Lawrence, I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to Lawrence on this next on the season debut of the table of 32, because we're gonna have to get some understanding. Because we can't be having this bias loyalty in these rankings, man. If you ain't seen, go watch it, family. Go toward the end, baby. When we get to the top 5, you're gonna love it.
Hey, the bias is what makes it fun, man. That's why that's why we get multiple people to go ahead and give their votes and stuff like that. The bias ends up getting faded out. But yeah, go watch that, man. That was really fun. That was really good. And that will be our next one. Will be, I think he said after week 1 will be the first, will be the next one. So after week 1, so we still got about a month away from that.
Yeah, it'll be the official first one. Be after that season one, and man, looking forward to that. That's gonna be a weekly show on Come On In NFL, hosted by Lawrence, Zach, and myself. The whole game, man, coach. Man, shout out to Carlos. Shout out to Cowboy, Lawrence, Jeremy. Who I'm forgetting, man? Who I'm forgetting?
And 9P,
PJ, 9P, man.
PJ. Yeah.
PJ, man. And all the way across the pond, TJ. Shout out to everybody, man. The whole Come On In Sports Network family, man. Shout out to you all, man. Some more things before we get out of here. So right now, is there anybody in your estimate right now, Zach, if we were playing tomorrow, who would be your starting quarterback?
Like I said, if we're playing tomorrow, we're talking like week 1 of the season. I'm going. I'd have to go Tyler Shuck based off of what I saw the other day. Yeah, I mean, I have to go Tyler Shuck based off the other day. I just think he looked more composed. I think he looked overall better. You know, but I will say I don't say it confidently. You know, I know some people are like already. You know, where I feel like Saints fans change like the weather sometime. Man, everybody was Shuck ate shit, and then one game he had all while also throwing a pick 6, and everybody was like, "Nah, Tyler Shuck quarterback 1, get Rattler out of here." And I'm like, "Y'all were not saying that like 24 hours ago." Yeah. Like so.
If let him would have not come back and thrown the touchdown, and that pick 6 was what would have been left on his stats for the day. The sentiment would not be the same like it is right now. It'll be like, man, he sucked, man. We should have got who,
right?
Anybody, should have got Jackson Dart. They should have got Jackson Dart, So you can't please everybody, man. But listen, family, that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for joining us for the Saints Ram Joint Practice Juice of the Day recap. I'm Dolph Jackson, host of the Keeping It Real Who That Sports podcast and the Come On In Sports Network.
And I'm Zach, man, from Real Fan Sports and the new channel RFS Saints. Actually, right after this, I'm going to do some videos to edit up and post on the channel, hopefully to have before this week's preseason game. So stay tuned. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, youtube.com/RFS Saints. You can find me there.
All right, family. Listen, family, thank you all for being here again. Hit that like button, subscribe, and remember, the doors are always open. So come on in. Love and who that?
Who that?
We out.